clutch there. Hey, Charlie, let's start off with your recent performance. I think you're hitting the last 11 games. You're hitting like 350. You've been knocking in some runs, hitting the ball really hard. Do you feel like you're finally finding your usually Charlie Blackmon self at the plate?
I feel a little more consistent. I do feel like it seems like I'm on time a little better than I was earlier in the season. And I have been able to like find some holes as of late, as to where earlier I felt like even if I was hitting balls hard, it seemed like it was right at somebody, or it would be a really hard ground ball and it would be right into the shift or something like that.
The trend for the early season, and I'm not telling you something you don't know. You guys are you can't seem to put all the pieces together away from Coors. Mm-hmm. If you hit, you don't pitch well. If you pitch well, you don't hit well. I know it's a broken record, but what is the frustration level of the team right now, given all of that?
Like today was tough, but I like to sit back and look at today as a game where we fought really hard and had a chance to win that game, even though we didn't hold them to as few runs as we would have liked. It is good to see some offense on the road. I felt like we had some really competitive at bats all the way down the order, like top to bottom. I felt like we had a lot of production today. And it wouldn't have, it could have easily been a good win. It seems like we're a little bit one or the other right now. It's been kind of tough, but I know that we have the potential on both sides, and we've seen it. So I still believe that we're going to be able to put it together pretty soon.
Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate it.
Thomas?
Charlie, how important is it for you at this time where the team is going through some situations that could be quite frustrating? How important is it for you to show guys an even-keeled self, to kind of show guys, hey, that's the way to get through this in this game, because it's a frustrating game at times?
Yeah, I do think that's important, Thomas. I think it's important. One of the things I like to do is I like to really lock in on something somebody did well, like Dom Nunez, like great double in the gap with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. I mean, like what an at bat for him to drive those runs in and tie the game today. I mean, that was really awesome. And Trejo coming off the bench, getting that big hit and being part of the reason that we had a chance to win that game. And some of those, it's just one at bat here or there. Like sometimes it seems trivial, but it's a big deal to that player. It's a big deal to the Rockies. Without those little things, we don't have a chance to win the game. And so I think it's important to point out those small successes and stay positive.
As far as that's concerned, coming from you to a teammate, just like maybe teammates you've had in the past, does it sometimes feel better than maybe even coming from a coach or the manager?
I mean, I don't think so, but I think I think it's good that teammates see other teammates, locking in on what they have going on. I like to pay attention and talk to other guys about what they have going on. And, sometimes it's a borderline 2-strike pitch, or, sometimes it's, that pitcher missed his spot and it was still an effective pitch, or, just like little things that people sometimes think go unnoticed. I think it helps teammates to know, to bring it up and talk about it. For a couple of reasons. A, like I want to know, like I'm asking questions, maybe it'll help me out. And B, I think it shows that you're interested in what other people have going on too.
And last one for me, we didn't get to ask you yesterday, but to move up to third place and second place on the all-time hits list for this club is within your reach. I know it's an individual thing, but how important is it for you to be known as one of the more accomplished players in this team's history?
I honestly had no idea until McMahon told me yesterday in the locker room. But that's cool because you know Cargo is such an unbelievable player and kind of a Rockies icon, and I got to play with him for so long, and I've seen him be so good. So it's really cool for me to be mentioned in the same sentence.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, Thomas.
And last question for Noah.
Hey, Charlie, to follow up on what Thomas was talking about with Ryan McMahon, can you describe what you've seen out of him this year and your relationship with him?
Yeah, Ryan just seems, I don't want to say more mature because he's a mature person. He just seems a little more confident and seems like he's got himself under control a little better than in the past. He knows what he needs to do. He's got a good feel for his swing. And not that he was out of control in the past. It's just I feel like he has a really good sense of what's working for him and how to repeat that, and it's producing results, and you can see his confidence grow because of it.
The reason why I asked that is because last week he said that he wished that or he chooses to believe that you like him. So he said that your relationship has been working well in the last.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. He's I mean, we're like locker buddies. We're right next to each other in Denver, and I really enjoy being around him and talking baseball. And every now and then I gotta straighten him out a little bit, but it's he's a pleasure to be around, and I'm glad that he's in the middle of our lineup.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
All right, big one. That's it for today. Thanks, Charlie.
You got it.